Chapter 3, Money and Banking. We know money is the commonly accepted medium of exchange. In the beginning of civilization, human wants were minimum. That time there existed a simple economy. In such an economy, exchange took place through barter system. Then what is barter system? Barter system means it is exchange of goods for goods. Okay, means we are exchanging goods for goods. It is called barter system. Then earlier barter exchange system was there. Economic exchange without the mediation of money, that one is the barter exchange system. As economy grew, it became difficult to manage with barter system. Barter system suffered many drawbacks such as lack of double coincident bonds, lack of common measures value, lack of storing wealth, then difficulty in borrowing and lending. These were the problem of barter system. To overcome these defects and smoothen transaction, money was invented. Okay, for overcoming this situation, we found out money. Okay, then money is considered as an important tool to measure economic activity. For measuring economic activity, we found this economic tool. It is an important tool, that one we are calling as money. Okay, thus to smoothen transaction, an intermediate good is necessary which is acceptable for everyone. Such good is called money. Okay, the individual can sell their products for money and use this money to purchase the commodities they need. Okay, then whatever they want, they can buy with that money and they can sell with that money. Okay, then money has been defined differently. According to Walker, money is what money does. Okay, then some other people defined as money is anything that is generally acceptable as a medium of exchange and at the same time act as a measure and act as a store of value. Okay, then money is anything that is commonly accepted as a medium of exchange for goods and services and also act as a measure of value. Okay, then money means it is a medium of exchange and it acts as a measure of value. Okay, there are some functions for money. We can go through that function. First important function is medium of exchange. Okay, then we can go through medium of exchange. Okay, then what is medium of exchange? The most important function of money is that it serves as a medium of exchange. It facilitates exchange through a common medium and currency. This function of money has eliminated the problem of lack of double coincidence of wants, which was the main difficulty under the barter system. Means what were the problem was there in barter system, that all the problems eliminated by the money. Okay, with money as a medium, the two components of transaction like purchase and sale can be easily separated. Okay, with money we can do purchase and we can sell. Okay, here one example is there. When we say that the value, suppose you need to buy a watch, you can give money and you can buy the watch. Suppose you need to sell some product like vegetable product, you need to sell, then you can sell that product and you can take that money and you can buy the watch. Okay, that reason money is a medium of exchange. Okay, then another one function, money acts as a convenient unit of account. Okay, money serve as a common unit of value. Okay, then the value of all goods and services can be expressed in terms of money or in terms of monetary units. Okay, then money can act as a unit of account. Okay, money has provided common stick to measure the value of all commodities and services in a common unit. Here you can see one example. When we say the value of certain wristwatch is rupees 500, we mean that wristwatch can be exchanged for 500 units of money. Okay, there a unit of money is a rupee in this case. The price of, suppose the unit of here, if you are taking an example, if the price of a pencil is rupees 2, that of a pen is rupees 10, we can calculate the relative price of pencil and pen. 10 divided by 2, 5. The same notion can be used to calculate the value of money itself. Like rupee is worth 1 divided by 2, it is 0.5. Means if we are exchanging with pen and pencil, then it will create problem. Instead of that one, we can give money. In terms of money, we can calculate the price and we can fix the price and we can purchase or sell the commodities or services. That one is the second second function of money. Okay, then money serve as a common unit of value. That one is the another main function of money. Then in barter system, we studied in barter system, if we are exchanging like that, it will create problem. Suppose we are exchanging rice, okay, but we need to get wheat. Wheat is not there, means what will happen? We forcefully we need to buy that whatever item is there, that one we need to buy. Okay, that reason barter system create lot of problem. Okay, then another function is it work as a store of value. Generally, people have a tendency to save certain portion of their income. Okay, we have the tendency to save certain portion of income. People save money to meet unforeseen contingencies. We know in future something will happen, like that we will store. Okay, for future we will store. Wealth can be easily stored in the form of money without any loss in its value. Okay, the store function of money implies that money can be easily saved and used for future needs. Okay, so we have a lot of options, like we can deposit in bank or we can store as money, like that. This money have store of value. But we know more than money, some other assets also have store value, like gold, then landed property, then houses, bonds. These also have store of value. Okay, then these things also we can convert to money and we can use that money. Okay, then what is the problem with these items? It is not easy to convert. Okay, suppose you have some gold, you have some emergency for money, you need to go to shop, you need to exchange. Suppose that one is Sunday, means maybe sometime shop will be closed. Okay, then like that problems will come. If it is liquid form or if it is money, it will be more easy, or easily you can go buy the goods and services. Then some countries have made an attempt to move towards an economy which is use less of cash, means digital transaction. We know now our government also encouraging digital transaction through ATM card or online transaction. This cashless society describes an economic state whereby financial transactions are not connected with money. in the form of notes or coins, but rather than through transfers digital transformation like usually electronic representation of money. Okay, in India, government has been consistently investing various reforms for greater financial inclusion. During the last few years, initiatives such as Jan Dhan accounts, Aadhaar, e-wallets, National Financial Switch, like that, lot of measures were started. Okay, then today financial inclusion is seen as a realistic dream because the mobile and smartphone across the country. Okay, then now digital transactions are there. Then with money only we are doing, we are transferring the money digitally. Okay, then these are the main functions of money. Now we can study about the demand for money and supply of money. What is demand for money? The demand for money tells us what makes people desire a certain amount of money, why we are demanding the money. Okay, then the demand for money refers to the total money demanded by the people in the form of cash or for transaction of money for various purpose. Okay, means how much people are demanding money, that one is the demand for money. Then we know we require money for all transaction. The value of transaction will determine the money people will want to keep. Okay, then the larger is the quantity of transaction to be made, the larger is the quantity of money demanded. Means transaction is more, means people will demand more money. Okay, since the quantum of transaction to be made depends on income. Okay, depends on, mainly demand will be depends on their transaction will be depends on their income. If people have more income, transaction also will be more. It should be clear that a rise in income will lead to more transaction. Okay, means if your income rising, you will do more transaction. Okay, also when people keep their savings in the form of money, then we know we are depositing some money in bank, we will get interest. Okay, specifically when interest rate goes up, then people will become interest to invest more money or deposit more money. Okay, then we know depends on the interest rate also. Then if interest is more, then we will invest more money. Okay, then some important demand functions are transaction motive, then precautionary motive and speculative motive. What is transaction motive? We require to hold some portion of money in the form of cash in our hand. That one is transaction motive. This one for mainly for expenditure, consumption expenditure. Okay, then people what they will do, they will hold some money in cash and they will use some amount of money for transaction purpose. Okay, then as income increases, people have the tendency to spend more money, means their transaction also will increase. Okay, then another function is precautionary motive. In that one, the future of we know our future is full of uncertainties. Means sometimes people hold some amount of money for unforeseen expense such as medical expenses. We can't predict these things, accidents, emergencies. For this one only we are saving some amount of money. This is known as precautionary demand for money. As a precaution, we will keep some amount of money for medical emergency, like that situation. we need to use this money. Okay, then as income increases, precautionary demand for money also will increase. Okay, then another one function is there, speculative motive. In that one, besides cash, people have the tendency to hold the wealth in the form of property, gold, bond, shares, etc. Means people, what they are doing, they will keep some wealth, okay, for their future, or normally why people are buying land or property, because people are thinking after 10 years I can sell this property more than suppose he bought for 5 lakhs, after 10 years he can sell for 10 lakhs, means he will get profit from that one. Like that he will think and he will invest in property. Or gold, why people are buying gold, because gold rate will increase, that time I can sell, some emergency coming means I can use that money. Or bonds or shares. Then for speculative purpose also people will demand money. Okay, then for transaction purpose, then precautionary purpose, then speculative purpose. Okay, for all these people will use the, people will demand the money.